Thank you for tuning in to the third edition of Government Nonsense. That's government freaking nonsense. I was watching the CNN this morning, and the speaker came on and talked about how one of the most significant problems we have in this country is the entitlement programs. And I'm talking about real entitlement programs, not the ones that people actually pay for. They try to link Social Security, the retirement phase, and Medicare and so forth in entitlement programs. That's not an entitlement program. People pay for those. I pay every time I get a paycheck. I have money that comes out for those things. So don't tell me that's an entitlement. That's something that I stink and pay for. But I was looking at the payouts for an average welfare recipient, and they're higher based on each state. You know, you go to New York, somebody can make $16 an hour through entitlement programs. Now you come down to the South, states like Louisiana, Arkansas, and so forth, looking at a breakdown of what these scammers, what these abusers, these people that stay single on purpose, get free housing, have 5 children, get the food stamps, the Crazy Check, the SSI, the Medicaid, all the entitlement programs, the people that really know how to scam the middle class and work the system. We're looking at these people also, a lot of them even get money back at the end of the year when their income tax returns, which is amazing because they don't pay income taxes. But when you consider payroll, federal income tax, the child care cost benefits that they receive, the Head Starts, they're basically paid for having children. State tax returns, earned income tax credit, food stamps, national school lunch programs, temporary assistance for needy families, said Medicaid, Section 8 rent subsidies are actually free housing. How does that sound? Wouldn't that be great? Just get a free house, seeing that as Americans we pay about 30% of our income just for housing. Utility bill assistance, the list just goes on and on. These abusers are really sticking it to the American working man, just really sticking it to us. You know, they said once, Ronald Reagan said that Russia was the evil empire. He never looked, or at that time, he couldn't envision what the United States government has done to us. We are the evil empire for the working man. You got to figure that a family of 3 kids with a money-grubbing welfare mom that sits on her big butt and does nothing could have disposable income at about $14,000 a year, which gives them more disposable income than a working family making $60,000 a year. And that doesn't even include the SSI, or as they call them, the Crazy Check, for teaching your children to be crazy and act like they have learning deficiencies and so forth, just so you can get that crazy check. America's a country that punishes the hardworking middle class, who not only try to work hard but avoid scamming the system on pride, having a feeling of self-worth. And you got to remember that these people, these welfare abusers, which are 90% of them in this country, they have no pride. They have no self-worth based on our middle-class feelings of self-worth, because that's why they call it an entitlement. They feel entitled. They feel like they should just be able to, bet up with whoever they want to, crank out pups, and they're entitled to that money because they're, I guess, equipped enough to have babies. And it just makes me sick. It's not just the richest and most audacious thieves that prosper in this country. It's the illegal aliens. It's the I'm not going to break down particular races or national origins, but we all know who they are, and it's those guys, the true thieves. It's the penny scammers at the very bottom of the economic ladder that rip the middle class off every day. And that's courtesy of the world's most generous entitlement system. Any wonder why you hear, young people, students, so forth, people coming out of school saying that real jobs are for suckers? They are. Real jobs are for suckers. As a working American, I'd like to suggest to Congress that we just do away with these programs. That's not going to happen. But my feeling is, what if 50 million hardworking American middle class tomorrow, or today's Friday, so let's say Monday, said, I'm sick of this shit, I'm not taking it anymore, and went and quit their jobs? Let's do that. Let's get 50 million Americans to quit their jobs Monday, and let's immediately go out and file for unemployment just right off the bat. And let's kind of half-ass look for new jobs. Let's not really do it. Let's just do enough to get a slip from an employer every now and then and say we tried to find a job. So let's do that. And after we get our unemployment, let's not work for a while, and let's file for welfare. Let's stop paying our house note, and let's file for free housing. Let's get on some Medicaid. If you don't have many children, if you're a young working family and you don't have many children and you quit your job, start having more children. It just pays. It pays to have more children. You don't need one child as a hardworking American family that you can support and send to college. Have 5 or 6, because that will make it easier on you, and it will take advantage of the system, the entitlement system that we love so much. Might not be a bad idea, guys. So that's the plan. Should we just all quit our jobs? And I think we could break the system. If 50 million Americans would file Monday for these systems, for these programs, the system would be broken, and Congress would have to stand up and do something. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and thank you for tuning in to Government Nonsense. That's governmentnonsense.com, coming soon. You can also check us out on facebook.com/governmentnonsense or twitter.com/govnonsense. Post your views, and thank you.